Hey, good morning. I'm running a little late here today. My little technical difficulty. We're back online now. Everything looks pretty good. I am Raleigh Brown still, and this is another curve flattening concert, number 640, and a requests concert with a bunch of requests. Some of which I'm more familiar with than others. And so we're ready. We're kind of waiting for folks to come in. I see Steve DeHaas was the first man in on YouTube. Tom Dietz is here, and Slim Edelman, and Audrey Bernheimer, Warren and Janelle, Michael Tierson, and Bob McKenna, Carol Pred, Rhonda Scott Merrick, Charlie Bryant. And I welcome you all aboard. We can clink. Here's the clinkophonic mug. You got to get it at just the right angle so you can read the clink properly. And here's to all of you this morning. Pretty nice morning here in southeast Pennsylvania. Going to be in the 70s today. It's still kind of cloudyish and dampish. But we had a nice walk this morning with Rick and Maxie and Charlie the dog. And speaking of Charlie the dog, let me say a couple more hellos first here as things are already getting away from me. Ken Nashif is here, and Donna Bergman, and Dave Van Allen and Liz Van Allen. Dave Mason in Scotland, Linda Worcester, Judy Wong, and Steve Davidson, my buddy down in Philadelphia. Rhonda Scott Merrick, I think I said hi to. David Arthur Radcliffe over there in the UK. Heidi and Jerry in Monument, Colorado. And Kate Petrella down there in Florida. Bunny Barnes right here in Sellersville, Pennsylvania. And Jim Greco up there in the Rochester area. Michael Tierson is in Haddon Township, New Jersey, which I always forget, but I do know that he is in South Jersey, so sometimes that's as close as I can get. And then there's the candid Charlie photo for today. Like usual, Charlie has positioned himself so as not to be easily accessible with the camera in real time. But there he was about 10 minutes ago with his latest chuck-it ball that he scavenged from the park. And he is, and right upper right in that picture, you can see the word Bert. That's the Bert Jansch Live at the BBC series, which Michael Tierson was kind enough to send me a spare copy of that he had. I see C.J. Clark and Deb Leiby Clark are here, and Aretta Wauk and Ron, and I think that's it for right now. Dean Payne, which means Lori Payne, is here on YouTube, and she's probably invisible for me, but you guys will see her on Facebook, I suspect. Michael Miller's here, and like all that. So this first one, Kathy Marsick requested this, and it's not really my genre, but I love Warren Zevon, so I'll take a stab at it. Well, I lay my head on the railroad tracks, waiting for the double E. But the railroad don't run here. Poor pitiful me. Poor pitiful me. Poor pitiful me. These young girls won't let me be. Lord have mercy on me. Well, I met a girl in West Hollywood. Now I ain't naming names. Well, she really worked me over good, just like Jesse James. She really worked me over good, was a credit to her gender. She put me through some changes, Lord, kinda like a wearing blender. Whoa, whoa, pitiful me, poor, poor, pitiful me. These young girls won't let me be, Lord have mercy on me. Whoa, whoa. She really worked me over good. She was a credit to her gender. Put me through some changes, boys, kinda like a wearing blender. Whoa, whoa, pitiful me, poor, poor, pitiful me. These young girls won't let me be, Lord have mercy on me. Whoa, whoa. Poor pitiful me, the story of many of our lives, in a title. So, and oh, look what I did. I left Charlie on there for you all through the whole song. Well, that was nice of me. Charlie appreciates that exposure. So you may notice now that now that Charlie isn't taking up the whole screen, that I'm playing the Prue guitar for at least the first half of the concert today. So, you know, it's been almost a year since I got the pre-war, and I've been very enchanted with it, still am. And before that, of course, this was my number one guitar, and it still is a wonderful instrument, which I'm kind of getting myself there. You know, every guitar has its own personality, and there are things about it that make you want to play it, and there's other things which are maybe you have another guitar that does a little bit better, you know. So this guitar I wouldn't say much, but it's noticeably more playable than the pre-war. The pre-war is really nice, it's set up great and everything, but this guitar is extra special in the playability department. And so it's kind of like you know, putting on an old comfortable coat or something when I start playing it. And I thought I'd use it also because I'm going to sing the song about Mario's workshop today. And I haven't been in touch with Mario Prue very much lately, and I hope he's doing well. He went through a similar unfortunate early widowhood like I did, and I know he's a resilient and strong-minded guy, so I'm sure he's coping. I send him a note every once in a while. And he was also dealing with some health issues, so I don't think he's been building guitars. But we'll get to him in a minute, and before then we'll play his guitar. And this was a request from Kathy Marzik. Did she? No, she didn't request this. Rhonda asked for a bossa nova. And so this is Gentle Rain. I think this was written by Louis Bonfat. I'm not sure of that. It's either him or Jobim. Gentle Rain. And Rhonda it just isn't satisfied. She says, I wish one of you would learn Waters of March. The thing about Waters of March is it's really, there's like not much to it harmonically. It's like just one kind of lick. It's the lyrics that make it great, and I don't think I could do it justice. So go listen to Susanna McCorkle's version if you want to hear the best version of it that I've ever heard. She was fluent in Portuguese as well as English, so it's a lovely version. And let's see where we are here. So Bernd Bookman is here, Amy Farabee, good to see you guys, Marlena Burke, another one of my acupuncture buddies, Phil DeFranco and Laura Jackson Selden, the Gibson Girl. And I think I said hello to most of the rest of you. I'm just checking here. Keith Shaw is here. And Owen O'Malley. Hi, Owen. We're getting back here in the weeds. And Karen Beatty, my dear friend in New York City. And like that. Okay, I think I got everyone. So next up, we're going to capo this baby. Charlie the dog. Well, I'll tell you about Charlie the dog after I do this song. Pretty close. Well, it's a cold day in North Ontario, and the snow plows are falling way behind. But in the warm workshop, the wood stove glows, and George Jones sings the foibles of mankind. A fluffy dog is flopped out on a chair, and an old guitar sits on a tabletop. Well, the smell of pine and spruce is in the air, and the bandsaw hums in Mario's workshop. Make a wish upon a star, he may build a new guitar. Hands and heart, time and grace, magic happens in this place. Well, exotic woods have been set apart, and the sun shines on them in the afternoon. Each set may soon become a work of art, like a butterfly comes out of a cocoon. There's sawdust lying on the workshop floor, and a side is bent into a graceful curve. Now the braces are a part you can't ignore. The careful chisel needs a steady nerve. Make a wish upon a star, there may be a new guitar. Hands and heart, time and grace, magic happens in this place. Rosewood, spruce, and ebony may produce a symphony. Hands and hearts, time and grace, magic happens in this place. guitar on the tabletop. It's another day in Mario's workshop. Mario's workshop, Mario Prue. You can look for prueguitars.com on the interwebs. And I'm not sure if Mario's getting back to building again or not. I sure hope he does sometime. But I'm going to switch back over to my pre-war now. It's been hiding behind here. So we're going to put the Prue right there and get the pre-war right here. And we're going to do some announcements. So first of all, I'll be hitting the road in a couple weeks now. On June 6th, Thursday, I will be in Akron, Ohio with my buddies Jim Ballard and Alex Bevan. Shouldn't forget his name. He's one of my dearest, oldest friends. And we'll be doing a songwriter kind of night where we each do one of each other's songs, and we do some songs of our own. So that should be a lot of fun. And it'll be fun too, because I know some of you denizens will make it down there, and it'll be great to see you all in 3 dimensions, in real life, as we say. From there, I will head down to Maryville, Tennessee for Steve Kaufman's Acoustic Camp Week 1. And maybe I'll see some of you down there too. That's a wonderful camp, a big camp. And very well run, and on a lovely college campus. It's great. So that'll be the week of, I guess it's June 9th through the 16th, something like that. And then in July, I will be at Sam W. Summer Acoustic Music Week, which is like July 15th through the 22nd or something like that. For Steve's camp, it's flatpick.com, FLATPIK. And for Sam W., it's WUMB. That's like the UMass Boston radio station. That's what the UMB stands for. .org, O-R-G, and you can find the camps there. And I'm not sure if either of these camps still has any room, but it's maybe not too late. You could go check. So... and then, what else do I have to tell you? Oh, I was going to tell you about Charlie. So Charlie hurt his paw. He's got a sore paw right now, and we went to the vet. Now Charlie is very vet non-compliant, and but these vets are pretty good with him, and they managed to at least check it out enough to make sure it wasn't infected, and there's no wound. Since then, and he's on some meds. He's on gabapentin and one of the newer anti-inflammatories, non-steroidal anti-inflammatories. And he's still licking it a little too much, but I'm able to grab his paw and squeeze it, and it doesn't seem to bother him. So we think it's some kind of muscle strain, maybe, or tendonitis. Anyhow, the big problem is him licking it, and Charlie is not the kind of dog who will tolerate an e-collar. And so far I've stopped short of trying to spray it with bitter apple, but that may be, if he keeps licking it, I might do that. And the licking has decreased greatly, but he's on the gabapentin, keeps him a little more chill, which isn't bad, but I would not do it if I didn't have to for the wound, for the pain control. And, of course, there are invisibles, as always. Lori Payne is invisible here, but I said hi to her because I know she's really here. And her sister, Kitsari Kaku, is unlikely to be here this early in the morning on Oahu. And Judith Fox down in Virginia shows up every once in a while. She's a dear old friend from my early Philly days. And on the boys' side of the aisle, we have George Young in Winter Park, Florida, and we have Joel Biget in France, and Mario Prue, who built that guitar I played just now up in Iroquois Falls, Ontario, Canada. So that's that part. And then, as always, there is a link here for PayPal or Venmo. Contributions are always appreciated, never required or expected. And the schedule I am on now, I don't know who's on Monday. On Tuesday, Cozy Sheridan and Charlie Koch will be on this one more week, Tuesday at 10:30. You can access that via Cozy Sheridan's Facebook page. And then they'll be gone for a while, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, maybe even longer, as they go out west. And then Wednesday, I'll be back at 3 p.m. with my usual shtick. So, and of course, since I will be going on these road trips, there will be a couple weeks where there's no online concerts, and I will miss you guys. It's always possible I'll be able to do a pop-up if I have good internet wherever I happen to be staying. And if I do, I'll announce it, and then I'll come do it. But I'll be gone for a while, but that's not until a while. And I see Renee Botten is here, and Sloan Wainwright. Sloanie, I hope you're doing well. I think of you every day. And Ann Mintz is here, and she is a stalwart Raleigh World person in my real world, my real life world, as well as my online world. And Marty Landau, who is Cal Landau's spouse, they're down in the Bahamas, and I hope you guys are doing great down there, Marty, and give Cal a big smooch for me. And Rich Fowler is here. Just trying to keep up with this. And Sloan says camp. She's got a heart there. I hope to see Sloan sometime soon. And David Falcone is here. David does a show, I think on Mondays maybe. Is that right, David? Put it up here if you do. And I love you as well too, Sloanie. So next up, this is a request from John Sprouse, and this is a song written by a guy named Jackson Frank. And Jackson Frank was an American who went to London in the 60s and had he was kind of a big hit over there as a singer-songwriter. He was his first album was produced by Paul Simon, who was living in London at that time. And the kind of quintessential recording of this song was done by Bert Jansch. And I play Bert's arrangement. It's one of the tunes I teach on the guitar style of Bert Jansch DVD that I did for Stefan Grossman's Guitar Workshop, which you can get as a streaming product or a hard copy. Anyhow, blues run the game. Catch a boat to England, baby, maybe to Spain. Wherever I have gone, wherever I've been and gone, wherever I have gone, the blues are all the same. Send out for whiskey, baby, send out for gin. Me and room service, honey. Me and room service. Me and room service. We're living the life of sin. When I'm not drinking, baby, you are on my mind. When I'm not sleeping, honey. When I'm not sleeping, when I'm not sleeping, oh, you know, find me crying. Try another city, baby, try another town. Wherever I have gone, wherever I've been and gone, wherever I have gone, the blues come following down. Love is a gamble, baby, loving's just the same. Wherever I have played, wherever I've thrown them dice, wherever I have played, the blues, they run the game. Maybe tomorrow, honey, somewhere down the line, I'll wake up older, baby, so much older. I'll wake up older, I'll just stop all my trying. Catch a boat to England, baby, maybe to Spain. Wherever I have gone, wherever I've been and gone, wherever I have gone, the blues run the game. Blues Run the Game, written by Jackson Frank, and it's been recorded by a bunch of people. I think Martin Simpson has done it. Actually, I think it's on an early Simon and Garfunkel album as well. And I just love the guitar arrangement for it. The lyrics, I'm kind of, it's pretty good. Not a great song, but engaging enough. I see Eben Atwater is here, and let me see if anybody else showed up that I had missed earlier. Rob Horowitz, hi Rob. See if I don't keep checking, I miss people. And Eben Atwater says, got a Spider John. So I just noticed this morning that Spider John Kerner has passed away at the age of 85. And he was a great, just a great character and a great blues guitarist and singer, and was part of a trio called Kerner, Ray and Glover, Dave Snaker Ray, Tony Littleson Glover, and Spider John Kerner. They all had those nicknames when they were like 19 years old. You look back on them now and they were just kids, but they did really authentic sounding blues back before most people even had a clue. And Spider John came to Kent one year when I was playing the folk festival there, and it was when I was helping run the folk festival. And he came out to the Ozone, which was this house of wacky hipsters, and he had one of those Gretsch guitars with I think he had a Gretsch guitar with a triangular sound hole, and he was and there was some weed going around, and finally when he realized it was safe, because this was a really paranoid time to have dope back then. Here's this house full of hippies and everybody's pulling out dime bags and rolling joints. So he loosened the strings of his guitar and reached inside, and inside he had taped a big joint, which he then shared with us. And he didn't, it was like he didn't want to fess up that he had it until he was sure that it was cool. But he will be fondly remembered by many. He was from Minnesota, part of that early group that that Dylan came through in and out of, and then he spent a whole lot of time in Cambridge, in Boston area, and used to play at Jack's Bar a lot, which was a place, a stopping joint. So Doug Garrison is here on YouTube, and he says, do you know any John Renbourn or Pentagle? You know, long ago, before my hand started to fall apart on me, I used to play a bunch of John Renbourn stuff, and I still do Lord Franklin and stuff like that, but not so much anymore. And I'm more drawn to Bert, actually. So the next one up is written for. It's an instrumental I wrote for one of my old dogs, and Django. And Django has a couple tunes written for him. One of them is called The Phantom's Lullaby, because when Django was a silver Kelpie, let me see if I can pull up. There's a picture of him and Suki back here somewhere. I'm pretty sure I still have it on here. Come on. Huh. It's not. Oh, it's not. It's doing this. You know, I'm wasting time here. I know I am. But you have to understand. You have to see Django to understand why he was called Phantom. Well, anyhow, he's not on there anymore. What have I done? Anyhow, he was a silver Australian Kelpie. It's actually called Fawn and Tan, but he looked silver. And when they named his litter, they said, you can be responsible for his official breed name, but it's got to start with the letter P, because the stud from which he was whelped in Australia, you know, they kept track of the litters by having every litter had a name. All the names started with P for their breed name. So we chose Phantom because he was silver, and also because, you know, we weren't going to name him PD, or, you know, Phantom just seemed like a cool name. So there's a tune called The Phantom's Lullaby. That's not this tune. This tune is called Django's Ball, and it was like, you know, Django had a ball that he really liked. So I thought the double meaning of you know, like a gypsy party and Django's Ball fit this tune pretty nicely. Django's Ball. And I was thinking, you know, there's a lot of these tunes that I have not recorded. And I know there's, after I put out my songwriter CD a couple years ago, I wrote about 7 more songs that I was kind of happy with. And I probably should have thought about, I've been thinking about recording them, and I wasn't going to do 7 songs, isn't like a whole CD, and I'll probably only do a digital release anyhow. But I thought I also have about 5 instrumentals, so I think that would make up a nice little project. I think I need more coffee. It's getting cold. Still okay. Now, here's a song I've never sung before. I pulled it up yesterday, got the lyrics, because Carol Pratt had asked for a Paul Simon song, maybe. And this is actually one of my favorites, because it seems so lighthearted, but it isn't at all. It's serious. And I think he's a master at that kind of thing. And Ann Mintz says Django was such a sweet boy. Django was. He was probably the sweetest dog I ever had. Unlike some dogs I could mention here. So here we go. Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know, the nearer your destination, the more you're slip sliding away. Now I know a man, he came from my hometown. He wore his passion for his woman like a thorny crown. He said, Dolores, I live in fear. My love is for you is so overpowering, I believe I might disappear. Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know, the nearer your destination, the more you're slip sliding away. And I know a woman who became a wife, and these are the very words she uses to describe her life. She said, a good day ain't got no rain. She said, a bad day's when I lie in bed and think of things that might have been. Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know, the nearer your destination, the more you're slip sliding away. And I knew a father who had a son. He longed to tell him all the reasons for the things he'd done. He came a long way just to explain. He kissed his boy as he lay sleeping, turned around and headed home again. Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know, the nearer your destination, the more you're slip sliding away. God only knows. God makes his plan. The information's unavailable to the mortal man. We work our jobs, collect our pay, believe we're gliding down the highway when in fact we're slip sliding away. slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know, the nearer your destination, the more you're slip sliding away. You know, the nearer your destination, the more you're slip sliding away. Take it for what it's worth. So if you're having hard times, you might try reciting the little mantra I use when I'm having hard times. It's very simple. It just goes like this. Be happy and be healthy. Be brave and be calm. Then there's the Alex Bevan addendum. Be kind, it's a snap. And if you get cranky, take a nap. Thank you so much for joining me again, and it was great to see you all. I will be back on Wednesday. In the meantime, you can see whoever you can get to see between now and then. Bye-bye.